Alright, so Miary day one. We're gonna go over some shit on how to beat this character now. Pretty much labbing her stances and then telling you how to beat a couple of her lows and a couple of her good mids. And that should probably be it for the character. There's a lot of fucking counterplay right now for this character. She's actually quite a fair balanced character from what I can tell from her stances and the transitions and the moves that come out of stance. So, for example, she's got sidestep 2 into a bunch of shit, right? And on paper, all these things are good. She's got a power crush, she's got a +6 mid. She's got a hell sweep that's again +6. And it has an extension in heat that also wall splats from certain ranges. That's a heat engager right there that you just saw. That's the stance transition move itself. So what options do we have to beat out this stance? So let's just take it bit by bit. So we got 5 options selected out of the 8 that she can do. Well, she can technically do 9, but we can't select 9 because there's not enough fucking, things here. So we need more. We need more practice mode shit. Please, Namco, do something about that. We should have fucking, 10 to 12 opponent actions, not just 8. 8's not enough. You got way too many fucking options from stance for so many characters that 8 is not enough to lab all of them and have them all be cycled through in the same succession. So we need to add more to that. But anyway, so what do you got here? The counterplay that I found is if you sidestep left into duck, you beat out the entire fucking stance more or less. Look at this shit. So many options that she's been doing now, and every single one of them is dying to sidestep left duck. So my recommendation here is sidestep left duck, commit to the duck, see what she's doing. Identify on the screen what's happening. Then get your punish. That hell sweep there jails. So if you block the first hit, then you just have to mash your punish. It's just like Hwarang's down 3-4, that it jails. Right? So if you block the first hit, you don't have to do anything but mash your punish. So even that pathetic move is beaten out by sidestep left duck. So all of these moves are pretty much the shit that you're going to see most players use out of this stance, because these are all pretty much their best options. The plus on block mid, the power crush, do something cool. Yeah, the heat engager that's safe and resets the neutral basically with Merengue 1-2. Really good fucking move, but the second hit is a high. The hell sweep, again, another move that's +6 on the hit, has an extension. And that's a -2 on hit, mid, whatever. No one's gonna really use that. It's kind of trash. And it's the same exact counterplay to beat that move as it is everything else. So you get her back there, she needs 6 frames to turn around and block that, so you're not, even though it didn't say punish there, you still got the punish. So, what do you, there's nothing to really worry about with this stance. She does sidestep 2 into the stance. She's at +4 when she transitions, and you've got the correct counterplay with sidestep left into block or into duck. Sorry. So now we're going to add the options that we didn't add before. The 3 options that do beat out sidestep left into duck, which is Merengue 2. Merengue 2 does also have some counterplay. So does the canceled stance into heat engager, and the Merengue 1-4 is also has some counterplay. So if you just block in this stance, it's not the worst thing in the world. So we'll go through these moves one at a time. Okay, so we got option 3 and option 6 that are the ones that beat out sidestep left into block or into duck. So in this sense, she's doing Merengue 1-4 Merengue 1-4, and then you're at -13. What you can do here is sidestep left into block. Sidestep left duck block. Try that. And if you block in time, you can potentially avoid it. You can get clipped, but who gives a fuck? If she hits you with this, then she's +6 and she's into bow stance, which is the staff, right? So what you can do here is just sidestep left duck and immediately block afterwards if you think that the 4 is coming, and you can potentially get a decent 13 frame punish for this. So This does not lose to sidestep left duck like everything else we showed already, right? So this is counterplay for sidestep left duck. And if you try to mash your punish too soon, then this move can kill you, because the last hit is a counter hit launcher. If I can show that. There you go. So I get launched for trying to punish too early. That's why I said it's important to sidestep left, commit to the duck, see what she does, and then use your brain and go from there. So the counterplay is tricky, but it deals with so many of her options. And then if you just duck, or if you just block her shit, she's minus 13. You get a 13 frame punish. So she's not having a good day there, right? So that's one example of a move that she can use to beat out your potential sidestep left into duck. The other one is Merengue 2, which is a safe on block mid. You can power crush. I don't recommend it though. It does counter hit launch though, so you don't want to be mashing. Plus, it also high crushes. So high crushes the jab here. Right. So, of course, it's Kazu's jab, which is probably why it's high crushing me. But anyways, you can test that with your character and see what that does for you. But this move can be beaten out with a sidestep right. So if you think she's going to do this, because she's tired of you sidestepping left and ducking all her shit, then and she starts spamming this shit to beat out your defense, your layer 2 defense, then you get a full launch from behind, just for her doing this shit. And if you sidestep right immediately launch, then you could potentially get a front combo. So it does catch, like I said, sidestep left duck. It tracks very heavily to sidestep left. So you can't sidestep left duck this thing. You can sidestep left block it, but usually you're going to be just sidestepping left this stance into duck. So you're going to get clipped by that if you try to do the consistent counterplay that we've shown for everything else in the stance. So that's cool, but it's really not that big of a deal, because if you're not mashing your punish, you don't have to worry about getting counter hit launched. And yeah, this is a pretty shitty Oki scenario. Pretty shitty because it's, face down, feet away, so that's probably the worst position to be in, and she keeps flipping you over like a steel pedal with this move. So it's great for Oki for her, but it has a lot of counterplay, and it's safe on block, but it does allow you to take your turn back at -6. So there is reason to this move. It's fair. The other one that's pretty fucking scary, in my opinion, that we just discovered, is sidestep 2 into Merengue, into hold down back to cancel the stance into immediate while standing 1-4. That shit, if some high level Tekken player is going to be doing this. If you think that they're going to do this, then it's also a -13 strict. But they got to be good to throw this shit out. You can also sidewalk this shit left, which we also just discovered. So this character is quite weak to sidewalk left in general, I'd say. But there's a lot of shit she has that tracks the sidestep or a sidewalk right too. Or sidewalk left too is what I meant by that. Like the Merengue 2 tracks the sidewalk left. Fucking Kazu is trash. So the best thing you can do here, maybe try to sidestep. Well, it still beats out sidestep. If they cancel the stance that fast, they're pretty fucking good at the game anyways. The sidestep left into immediate block into punish with a 13 frame punish. So all of the moves that she has from this stance. The other thing that she can do here, sidestep 2, Merengue 3+4, jab. Sidestep left duck also beats that. But if you're too quick on the punish, her jab beats you out. So you do have to be mindful of what you're doing here. You have to be a little observant of what's happening on the screen. Make sure you're not mashing. But there's tons of fucking counterplay to that stance from a +4 scenario for the Miary. So it's more than fair so far to deal with that stance, I think. Sidestep left duck beats most of her options, and all the options that are scary, it beats wholeheartedly. You get pretty much a launch punish for everything that she tries to do that's actually scary in that stance. And that's probably the most plus I think she can be to get into Merengue stance. So that is more than fair. So that's that stance covered up. Let's see what we can do for the bow stance, the one where she enters into the stab. from this stance, she's gonna be, we're gonna get her to do a +6 scenario where she's +6 on block, okay? And it's the exact same counterplay for this sequence as if she were to hit you with her heat smash. We can show that real quick. The heat smash is +6 on block and puts her into bow stance. So you can do this. +6 on block into bow stance. So the exact same frames for heat smash. So you don't even need to lab the heat smash. You just need to lab the while running 3. As soon as you lab the while running 3 and go over all 5 stance sequences, then the same exact counterplay for this applies to the heat smash as well. And pretty much anything that gets her into this stance at plus frames, because I think +6 is the highest you can go going into the bow stance. So, in this sense, a fuzzy guard of low first into a standing block beats everything. And I mean fucking everything. You can get clipped by the homing move if your fuzzy's a bit slow. But even that, like the mid, your fuzzy guard will beat out the mid. That launches you because that's -18 on block and 23 frames to come out. The homing move can clip you for trying to fuzzy guard here. For that sequence, 1-4, you just have to kind of take your turn back because you're -5 at that point. So fuzzy guard low, launch punch there. This takes practice, right? You have to be pretty freaking diligent with this, with your timing. You need to really practice this. So it's day 1. So if you can't do this online, then don't feel too bad, because this is some tricky shit. But it's doable for sure, and it is the best counterplay to this fucking stance. Otherwise, you're just kind of guessing with your life. And you don't want to be doing that. I mean, she's got a lot of risk involved too. There's a lot of stuff in this stance that's gonna get her fucked up for trying to do. We know that the fucking fuzzy duck beats everything. But does it beat the 3 homing move? Yes. Fuzzy guard low. The homing move can't clip you because there's only a 1 frame difference. The homing move is 19 frames and the hell sweep is 18 frames. So trying to fuzzy guard and stand up in that 1 frame gap is tricky, but it's possible. Keep in mind that your opponent, if they're really good, they're going to mix up their timing, right? So the fuzzy guard is not going to work for somebody who's aware of the fact that you're trying to fuzzy them and decides to mix up their timing, right? I'm fuzzy guarding the low and the mid. See? You saw me duck there. It's not a true mix-up. If it was a true mix-up, they would have the identical frame data. The only time it clips you is when you're being sloppy with your fuzzy duck. That's the only time it fucking clips you. A true mix-up is something like Yoshimitsu's 3-1 string or Yoshimitsu's 3-2 string. 3-2 and 3-1, the 1 and the 2 in that sequence both come out at I think 22 frames each. So, there is no fucking fuzzy ducking that. You have to guess. You truly have to guess that. That's a true mix-up. The frames are identical. When there's a frame difference, it's not a true mix-up. You can fuzzy duck it. So, and there is a 1 frame difference. The reason that it's difficult is because if I could fuzzy guard this entire fucking stance, there would be 0 fairness involved for the Miary player, right? So where's the reasonable gameplay for Miary when that entire fucking stance, after she's put me into a -6 on block scenario for myself, she's earned those plus frames by me blocking her while running 3, which you can sidewalk either way, by the way. Sidewalk right is better for this one, because this is a pretty slow move, right? 23 frames to impact. So, yeah. You can sidewalk it right, though, and beat out the initial hit to try to make it so you can avoid this scenario. So really practice this shit. This is very important, crucial counterplay for this character, because +6 into bow stance has an option select. You really do have a way to completely beat that stance and everything that she can do in it. She can also stance transition and jump from spear to spear or whatever the fuck it's called. But that's irrelevant because she's not attacking you in that scenario. So you can fuzzy duck into jab float, into a combo. You know, it's all good. But this is... So far, 2 stances she's got. Reasonable counterplay for stance 1, which is a merengue, sidestep left into duck, commit to the duck, see what she does, get your punish, and it's all pretty fucking reasonable shit. Like, yes, it's hard to do a lot of the counterplay. Fuzzy ducking and sidestep left duck is not exactly, you know, blue rank shit. This is high level counterplay. But if you practice it and you lab it yourself and you understand how to do these things, and you put the fucking time in to learn how to properly fuzzy duck and how to properly sidestep left duck, you know, see what she does, punish, then there's no fucking getting around it. This character's going to be a lot easier for you. Now all you have to worry about is some neutral tools, so we can go over a couple of those now. So discussing the neutral tools with her, the ones that I think are the important ones to try to learn how to deal with, are her down forward 1 strings, first of all. So she's got down forward 1, 1, 2, down forward 1, 4 is minus 13 on block, and then down forward 1, 1, 1 plus 2, which is the unicorn thing. So you can punish all these strings on block, obviously. That's the first way to deal with them. But that one, the unicorn, it's minus 17 on block, so it's a full launch punish for everybody. You know, you gotta be sharp with Kazuya, but you can back 1, 2 that shit. That's a 12 frame punish because that string right there is minus 12 on block. So always get your 12 frame punish for that. That's a 13 frame punish right there. When she does the down forward 1, 4. There you go. Minus 17, you should be able to do it if you're sharp with Kazuya. Good luck landing your heat burst, but you should be able to at least get your electric for that string. But the thing that a couple of these strings have in common is that the second hit is a high. And if you get hit by the mid, who gives a fuck? You're fine. Now you can just do the fuzzy guard counterplay that we did for the bow stance with the staff there that we just talked about in the video. But for this shit, you can always try to duck the second hit of the down forward ones and potentially get a full launch. See there? So I would just try to duck every time. Whenever I see that they're going to go for this type of a string with down forward 1, unless they're fucking, you know, super brave. Down forward 1, 4 is minus 13 on block. So I do get a heat engager for fucking blocking that shit. You know, and then she's regretting even throwing that shit out. So why not just try to take a chance and duck this thing? You can always get your punish, okay? So there's the down forward 1 strings. 2 other important mids that I think she has are her down forward 1, or sorry, her down forward 2, which is a safe on block fucking down forward 2. I hate that characters even have that shit. And her basically demon paw. Sidestep right, launch punish. You can also side walk right her entire fucking her demon paw sequence. Side walk right and deal with the string that way. If you block the first hit of the demon paw, then it does jail, so you can't do anything afterwards. You have to just respect it. You can't. You can mash whatever the hell you want. I'm mashing jab right now. But it's a jailing string, so I don't have to worry about potentially eating the second hit of the string because I can't do anything. My character is locked into that animation until her second hit goes through. So this demon paw is dealt with by sidestepping, sidewalking right or sidewalking left. I would recommend sidewalk right for this because it is a move that comes out of her right side, right? It can clip you if you try to sidestep left, for example. So I would recommend for the moves that come out of her right side, her right limbs, whatever those might be, down forward 2 is safe on block, so try to step that right if you see that coming, if you get a hard read or whatever. Otherwise, just block it and take your turn. Same with the demon paw. Now let's go over some lows. She's got down back 3, down back 4, And where's the other one? Down 3, which I think is her best low. Okay, so the down 3 is really fucking good. This one is definitely her best low. It high crushes, and as everybody knows, high crushes take place after the 5th frame. So as soon as the 5th frame of this attack comes out, then she's invulnerable to highs. There you go, just saw her crushing electric. It's a really good low, 20 frames only, high crushes, +1 on hit, really solid. This is her pressure tool low. So you can block it and you get a 14 frame punish. This low, fantastic. It's a pressure tool, gives her advantage. Super quick to come out because 20 frames, not that slow. If she's crushing, it's certainly not that slow. I mean, my low is the same exact frame, my down back 4. But the issue is hers high crushes. -14 on block though, so she does pay for that ability to defeat all of your moves on reaction. So you can sidewalk this to the right though. This is the other thing that you can do to potentially beat this low. If you're trying to beat this character, stay in her face and sidewalk her either left or right. This move tracks fully to sidestep and sidewalk left. So you want to sidewalk her right when she's doing this shit. And even then, I would recommend just kind of, if you think it's coming, go for a block and punish it. Because it's not that scary of a low. It only does 14 damage. It's only +1. It does high crush though, so it will beat out certain moves. It doesn't do anything on counter hit from what I can tell though. Aside from like the same type of shit that like my down back 4 does. Same exact thing. If I get +17, she gets +12. I wonder if she gets a follow-up. Let's test that. Nope. Nothing guaranteed after. She's just +12, so she can definitely continue her offense there. But, yeah. It's a great low. That's definitely her best low. But it's -14 on block. So, she's also got this one, which is pretty good. +1 as well. 18 frames, so a little bit faster to come out, but not that scary. Sidestep right beats it. I know a lot of people said that sidestep left is this character's weak side, but I mean, honestly, she's pretty weak to both sides for a lot of her moves. Like her down forward 1, for example, is totally linear. So, this move has pretty good tracking. You can only sidestep it right if you sidestep it perfectly. So make sure you're really on point for that shit. But yeah, down back 4, not a bad low. -12 on block. So get your while standing 4 punish. And away you go. If she's spamming that shit, she's only +1. Counter hit, it does nothing. So it's not that scary of a low. +1, even on counter hit. Not that much damage. Only does 13 fucking damage. Honestly, down 3 beats the shit out of this low. Why do that low when you can do down 3 and you've got just as many bases covered with much less risk to yourself? -14 is not that bad because either way, both lows are not launch punishable. The launch punishable low is the one we're going to talk about now. This shit is crazy good. Because it's a counter hit launch, and it's a full launch, too. Again, sidewalk right beats a lot of her shit. I don't know. Sidewalk left is supposed to be the counterplay to this chick, but I think sidewalk right is really solid against her, too. She's pretty linear in general. So, sidestep right dies. Sidestep left dies. And sidewalk left dies. Well, I guess you can sidewalk it from very close range. But, you can sidewalk it left that way, too. Okay, so, yeah, sidewalk left, sidewalk right. They both seem pretty effective against the move. So, you can beat it with sidewalking either direction. It is launch punishable at -26. So, just, if you see this coming, it's 22 frames, so you probably won't be able to react to that. The animation is kind of unique, but it is a 22 frame fast move. Good luck seeing that on react. I don't see anybody that's not fucking, like, on copious amounts of cocaine and have, like, fucking 3 cups of coffee in your system and you just woke up from an 8 hours sleep and you feel like $100. Like, maybe you'll see 22 frames then. Sure. But the average person's not going to be able to see that. People are going to eat this shit all day, but as soon as you see it, you better get your full launch for it. Otherwise, you're just giving the shit away for free, right? So launch this shit every time you block it. It's just like blocking a hell sweep. She has other neutral tools that are pretty fucking good. But for the most part, I think like these are the moves that we can, like the stance transitions and the plus unblock scenario into Merengue that we showed you earlier, and these neutral tools that we just went over. This is a pretty good summary of this character in general. I think this will help a lot of players beat this bitch. She might surprise you with some of her heat techniques. Her heat smash, for example, is completely sidewalkable to the left. Keep in mind she's +1 here. And I can still sidewalk her left easily. You do have to delay your punish, wait until she comes down, because again, they've made it so that you have to wait for the entire fucking string to end. It's not just one missed whiff. It's 2 fucking moves again, so it's kind of bullshit. But it is what it is. So, one more move I want to go over real quick. This move here that transitions automatically into Merengue. As you notice here, it's +4 on block. So it's the same exact counterplay as Sidestep 2 into Merengue, as we showed earlier, right? +4 on block. So if you're trying to defend against the Merengue stance, the exact same counterplay for while running 2-1 can be used for Sidestep 2. They're both +4 on block. That while running 2-1 jails, so you have to eat the string on block. You can't duck the second hit. But this character's got a lot of jailing shit. It's interesting. I hope that helps. That's Miary. Very fair and balanced character from what we've seen so far. Maybe she's going to end up being broken as fuck later on down the road. The most broken shit about this chick is the size of her tits, basically. That's the part that's going to be hard to beat for everybody. But I guarantee it's not going to be hard to beat off for a lot of people. So that's kind of gross to think about, but that's probably what's going to happen with this character, because that's what they put in this fucking game now all of a sudden, I guess. So, whatever. I guess Tekken is now getting more in touch with this DOA side. Have fun learning her. She seems pretty fair, and I'll see you on the next one.